Hi, welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining. I've decided that for my first video of my channel, I'm going to do a Hobonichi flip through for 2021. Currently it is December 4th of 2021, so not quite finished out the year, but almost. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a flip through. So thanks for watching that. So this was my first Hobonichi, so I had never used one before. Prior to that, I was using Moleskine, bullet journaling, generic planners, so this was definitely a treat for me to discover this. So for 2022, I am in a Hobonichi again, Hobonichi Weeks. And I've also purchased a Hobonichi A6 Techo for everyday journaling. So yeah, very excited for that. So I kind of did a lot of cover-ups in here because some of the pages didn't work for me, or I just didn't have a need for them, so I decided to do a bunch of cover-ups. So this was the yearly past, current, and future year overview that I did. This here is my steps tracking. So every day I take the stats from my Fitbit and transfer it into here. And even though I have started my new Hobonichi 2022, because that starts, in case you didn't know, November 29th, I believe the 29th is the first day, but it's the end of November. I have started the new one already, but I am coming back to fill in the trackers and things that I need till the end of December, so I shall do that. So I decided to do this, and then the top 3 days of step numbers that I did. So it's quite interesting. I'm not like a major step counter kind of person, so I'm not like achieving 10,000 obviously from this, but it's just interesting to see what days I have the most steps. So yeah, that was fun. Then the planner goes into the monthly, and as you can see, I'm like a sticker kind of person, so stickers and washi is something that I use frequently throughout my planner. So yeah, my monthly for December 2020, and then January 2021, and continuing through the year. So very decorative, lots of stickers. I don't tend to buy any sticker kits from like shops, but there's always tomorrow. I've seen some great videos with some great sticker kits that I absolutely love, so I might actually do that. But yeah, a lot of my stuff is Happy Planner sticker books, Michael's Recollection sticker books, various washi tapes, just stickers I've had in my stockpile. So yeah, just a variety. And I tend not to do a whole lot of like planning in my monthlies, just because I feel kind of restricted by the amount of space that there is. But I just kind of put the highlights. It's more about like the decorating and the general overview for me. So and this is this month. So this was a in the Hobonichi, the after the current year, you get 3 extra months. So I believe it's like January, February, March of monthlies. So this would have been the January 2022, but again, because I was jumping right into another Hobonichi, which starts at the end of November, I was not going to have a use for continuing on, and I didn't want to double plan. So I did this little spread of dinner ideas. I don't think I'm going to do this one again. It was kind of something I didn't really enjoy, but it was just fun to try it. So this would have been February of 2021 pre-monthly plan. So again, I covered this one because I had no need for it. And this would have been March 2021 covered. I also do beads for the bookmarks, which I find very helpful because these are extremely flimsy, very light. Sometimes they get like doubled up and lost in the pages, so in order to avoid that, I just bead the ends of it, and it tends to keep them in place wherever I put them. So this is the first week in the Hobonichi, so this was November of last year, and kind of the layouts that I was doing was very stylized and you know, segmented with, you know, different things, and I really do like the look of this, but it does become a lot of work to set that up, but I do like the look when I go back and flip it. So some of the things I like to do is like what I'm watching, what I've been creating, what I've been reading, what I've been learning. I was just taking some Tylenol because I was having some migraine issues, so I wanted to just kind of track that. Best moments, tracking wearing my mouth guard to try and help with the migraines, so that was something that I was doing, plus some habit tracking, just to keep myself accountable and whatnot. So some weeks I really didn't do a whole lot of planning and whatnot, you know, and you'll see in some of my pages they're blank, so they're, you know, I didn't even use it that week for whatever reason. So it's just here I just tried some different layouts where I was just doing some highlighting with mild liners, just to, you know, just to try some different things, just to see what worked and what didn't. I started using, as you can see, in a couple weeks back, I started using like an actual just regular pen. Typically I use like a fountain pen, and I've been just using like one of the cheap preppy pens. But if you're a paper person like I am, you like the sound of the paper after you've written on it. It just has this crinkly kind of sound to it that I absolutely love. So you get that more with the actual pen than you do a fountain pen. So yeah, I tried a little bit of that. See, this is a blank page that I had pre-decorated for the week with good intentions, but just never ended up using it. There's another one. There's another one. And this was another botched attempt, and then some of them I just didn't even do. I just kind of fell off the wagon a little bit there, but yeah, another pre-decorated really liked the outlining and using a combination of my Mildliners and Tombow markers. I really enjoyed doing that. Some of this, even though I didn't use this one here, just, you know, separating out some blocks of real estate on the page really just kind of was pleasing to the eye. I did give a little trial to just a functional plan where I'm just like not using anything except for just a paper and, sorry, just a pen and paper. Again, another functional, just task list on one side and general dates on the other. I don't prefer the functional planning just because I do like to see the decoration, and part of like relaxation for me is, you know, sitting down to do a spread and actually doing stickers and washi and whatnot. And even if it only takes me like 30 minutes to, you know, put something down, it's just a nice little bit of relaxation time, me time, that kind of stuff. So again, I tried like for me, a minimal spread where I do like a lot of list. This is again me minimal sticker. I do have to put a couple on there, you know how that is. Again, another minimal, just tiny, like bit of stickers, like barely noticeable, and the rest just completely functional. It's not my preference, but I just wanted to try out a few different things. So this is where the new Hobonichi starts for this year. So it was Monday the 29th, and I started my new planner, which is this one right here, and I'm going to be doing some plan with me's and maybe some flips and covering of pages and just decorative stuff. I'll do some videos for that. So yeah, I don't have anything on these pages. The back of the Hobonichi has blank grid pages, just like for notes section or whatever, and the regular Hobonichi comes with 71 pages of notes. So I think the Mega has, not 100% sure, maybe 200 and something. So I found that I used every single one just because I had some different things that I wanted to do. Did a weight tracker, but I just never did track my weight. So it was kind of like a wasted spread, but that's all right. It was just something to try. And order tracker had many more orders than this, but I didn't write them all down. But yeah, just wish list, my sticker inventory list, some gratitude pages that I did, my summer bucket list, and rather than make a list and then check it off, I just made the list of all the different things that we did. Maybe next, this coming year, I'll do like a summer bucket list, but I'll actually put stuff in that we have to achieve. So this was a tarot spread that I just never did, but I loved the intention of it, and I might do one again for this year and actually fill it out. But yeah, this one I didn't fill out. A list of the hikes that I went on, I just kind of blocked with my Post-it blocking tape, kind of where they were, because they're like all local. And then I did like 12 Months of Bliss, which was just a page of just basic, a couple lines of journaling for highlights of the month. So I will probably do this again because I really enjoyed doing this. I still have to fill it at the end of the month for this month, but I did really enjoy it. I do a lot of reading, just education, like personal education, so I wanted to keep track of like all the articles and things that I read. So I did that. Self-care bucket list, a notes page, which I didn't use. I probably could have used it for when I'm out and about because this is my everyday carry. So I probably could have done some notes in there, but you know, when I was out and about, I just either wrote it on a post-it note or just didn't think to write it in here. So this was a bucket list that I got from like the Happy Planner stickers, and then I did the page and decorated it, and we did check off as we went. So the things we didn't do were go to a haunted house. We didn't visit a pumpkin patch. We just bought our pumpkins at a local grocery store, but the rest we did. Or sorry, we didn't go on a hayride this year. So, but that was fun trying to work in checking everything off. I had put in the travel diary because I thought, oh yeah, we'll be able to travel. COVID's not going to last that long, but it did, and we didn't. So yeah, I just wrote a little bit about that. These were just like lists of books to read. I read a couple of them, but I read mostly educational articles, so I never got a chance to just read for the fun of it. I did read another book as well as Under the Bridge, and those were the only two books that I read that weren't like educational, and these were like true crime books, so they don't really count as like fiction relaxation reads. Projects that I wanted to work on. The notes page I used for a packing list because I went on a couple of weekend trips out of town. One for a funeral and one for a burial, so just not fun things, but I just wanted to have like a packing list. This I'm definitely going to do again. It's a weekly highlight list. So for every week of the year, I just wrote what the highlight was for that week. So I thought that was a fun thing to do. Another way to document some gratitude. And just kind of take note of what was happening on those weeks. So I have a few more to fill out before the end of the year. The year in pictures. Now, I am no artist. You're going to see that. Please don't pause to look at them because it's a work in progress. Let me just say that. But just a few things. I did some watercolor of just some basic things that I was doing highlights over the year, that kind of thing. And I had a yoga page. This was just going to keep track of all the poses that I was learning, but I did not stick to my yoga goal this year, so I didn't get a chance to fill that out. So maybe next year I'll do another page like that in my new Hobonichi. This I was just kind of leaving for, I was going to do like the moon phases, but I think I'm just going to do a little bit of journaling at the end of the year, at the end of this month, just to kind of wrap my year up. I have a makeup palette inventory, my Tombow markers, which I ended up doing these swatches and then I bought more and didn't have any other room, so I did not end up doing any more swatching. So I might actually do that again in my new one, only because when I go to the store, I just want to keep track of which ones I've got so I don't buy the same one twice. This Instagram and YouTube posting, I of course did not start my channel last year like I wanted to. It was a goal, but I just was not, I just wasn't feeling confident enough to do it, so I did not have any posting here, but it was a nice little spread and just tracking. This, I just kind of was keeping track of some important passwords here that I needed to access on a regular basis with like nothing super important, because if I lose this, I don't want someone hacking into my stuff, but it was just like, you know, a couple of websites that I just wanted to keep track of. This was like a next year planning of like what was working in this spread, or ideas that I have for spreads for next year, and the same with that one also. And I have a few more things to fill out there. This was my 100 list, so I decorated it, and I put down a new word. I wanted to increase my vocabulary, so just learning a new word, 100 new words in the year, which is not a lot, but just some things that I could incorporate into my everyday language. This was the page, all in Japanese, of course, but it, I think, talks about some of the holidays, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure, but I wanted to leave some of the Japanese writing so I could see it, but still decorate it. So these are some of the back pages that had some of the, like, you know, there's like an exercise page where it shows some exercise poses and things like that. So I just covered those up. So there's quite a few of those pages in the back, so I just did all the covering. And these are some things I'm gonna like print out a picture and put it here with a little explanation. So do that. Just keep spare tabs and post-it notes. And this was like a little Hobonichi booklet, so I just decided that I was going to keep some parts of it because it's kind of cute. And that is the end. So I did the Washi Dashboard, which I did not do in my new, this is what I did in my new one, but I did really enjoy this. It was really pretty to look at every time I opened it. I really liked that. And something that I changed this year was I put new tabs, which were very low profile because these were just way too cumbersome, sticking out. I was not a fan of that, so I just changed it up. So yeah, so that's my 2021 Hobonichi Weeks. So I look forward to having you join on future videos. Thank you for joining on this one. If you made it this far, I do appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.